Good morning, Spider. Run along. Let's disappear, both of you. Right, gonna get going. This is it. I'm gonna start making up these panels. So today I'm gonna build all these stud walls, which basically means setting the chop saw up because it's really nice to get those lovely crisp ends. I could just use a circular saw, but actually it's really nice to get really nice clean square ends to put everything together. And then I'm gonna put all of the stack, if you like, out the way, so I can pull up the Lumin on Saturday and just load it straight in with the remainder of the timber that's left over. So right, I better get my finger out because I've got to turn this ply, that timber, into our walls, which form the basis of our rig, which is what we're going to work on at the show. So it's about 8 AM and let's see if I can get this done. Got a few other things to do today, in and out of the office, just calls and emails and stuff. So yeah, let's do it, let's crack on. That's it. Right, it's so good, this ply. It's hard to tell which is the front face and which is the back face. So this has got a tiny little bit of filler in it, so this is the back face. So I've got to switch it over. And that's what I've got to do with all these sheets. I've got to make sure that we get the right side for our face. I'm going to use a rail saw so I can cut through the face because it's got the splinter guard. Normally with ply, you might want to cut through from behind. So that's it, that's the setup. And we're ready to rock. Eucalyptus. This is the what you call tropical replacement ply, and it's just beautiful. I can't wait to see what it all looks like together. All right, let's crack on. So the first job, as always, is set everything out. So I've got my plan, some of my sketches, some of my sections through, and I'm just about to start making a cutting list. And the first thing I'll do is sort of break all the ply out and make a pile of that ready for assembly. And then all of the stud parts, which is the 3x2, there's a lot of repetitious cutting. So it's just a matter of getting the right amount of those together as well, and then start assembling. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a load of material broken out ready, and then move on to putting them together and getting them all sort of leveled up and under cover. I'm a good way through making the low panels, and then I'm onto the big panels, the tall panels. So this is kind of like the side and the front, and then I'm making the bits that jut out from there. I'm just going to show you how I quickly do this. Okay, so obviously cut all the ply up to the dimensions required, and I've worked this out, how they lap, how they join, to get the dimensions exactly right. And then what I'm doing is just assembling them. And now I'm screwing everything together because it's all got to be taken apart. We want to reuse this timber as much as possible. Let me just show you roughly how I go about that for speed. So what I'm using here is I'm using the ply at exact sizes, and then from that I'm actually mounting the ply directly onto what is like the stud work, if you like. So what I'm not doing is making a frame and then putting the ply on it. It takes longer. It also can be not so accurate because the sawn timber is nominal, it's approximate, okay? So you'll find that some bits are a mil thicker than others. So when you're trying to calculate something up, you find sometimes you get some discrepancies. So what I've got here, for example, is the overall length of my sheet, which is this piece here, and this is my top and my bottom, and I'm running them all the way through. And then I'm just putting a stud at either end, and that's basically so I can fix through into the frame behind. It's as simple as that. So I'm cutting the timber, sorting them out, longest ones for the straightest ones where possible. And the first thing I'll do is put them on the bench and see how they lay. So this one is up in the air, okay? And I don't really want that one to be at the top where the roof's going to be. I can put that at the bottom, and what I'll do is I'll put it out like that so it's rocking this way, and I can put a timber between them to hold them apart. So it's just imagining how you're working. Now, in fact, it's a lot flatter that way around. So that one's going to go that way at the bottom, this one's going to go this way at the top. So I'll just slot this underneath on top of the frame that I've just made underneath here. just pop that under there. The same on this side with this one, in the way I want it round. Pop that there. Drop that back on top. And then it's really straightforward, because all I've got to do is just line everything up, pilot and screw, keeping them dead flat with the outsides of the ply. And then I'll cut my studs exactly to fit in between them and just screw them in. And that is it, basically. It's very straightforward, very simple, very quick. I've just got a pilot drill set up. I've got, obviously, an impact driver set up. I'm using 30mm screws, 4x30s. It's absolutely ample for this job. It doesn't need to be any bigger than this. I'll start in one corner, keeping everything true, and I'll just put my first screw in there. Then I'll go down the other end. And I'll pull the timber out nice and flush. And I know that this is my top, so this is the one I want to spend a bit of time on. There's a wall plate to go on top of this eventually, but this is basically what we're up against. Then I can just check the middle. It's in that way, so what I'm going to do is pop a screw in here, pull it out, use a hammer, pop the hammer on there, and pull that out. Now that, if I keep some pressure on this, will hold itself because of the weight of me on the ply. And then I want to make sure that I get my next screw in the middle, which is here. And once I've got that one in, this side can just be piloted up. Now I'm measuring the screws out because this is, I know it's just a framework to support a little roof that we're trying to make. It's still nice to make it somewhere near a sensible to look at, you know. So we're going to put these through at 400 and 800. One here, one here. Do this on this end. Takes no longer, but it just looks a lot better. I'm not precious about how far in and out I'm just guesstimating that. Just get a sixth sense for it, really. And then it's just a matter of screwing up. Repeat the process on the other side. And then when I cut the studs in, I'll take a length and I'll offer it in and mark it, cut it on the chop saw, slide it in and screw it in. There's no fixings in the sole plate and the head plate into the studs because it's all going to come apart again. It's just keeping it rigid for us to work on. So that's basically how I'm putting the panels together. I'm halfway through it. I've made 4, I've got 4 left to make. Then I've got to stack them ready for covering up because they've got to stay there until the end of the week. So that's me. I'm going to crack on, and tomorrow I think it's 5 days to go. 5 days, that is mad. Oh well, we can do it. And the real beauty of this is the fact that they're dead accurate, really quick. You don't actually do a great deal of measuring because I know the sheets are 2.44 long, so I just cut my timbers at 2.44. Ply is really reliable, especially this particular one from Lumin. It seems to be really dimensionally stable, which is fantastic. So I've got my low panels done. Now I'm using the big panels, so it's a little bit more bulky, but I can manage them on my own. I'm only adding 3 pieces of timber to each one, so fingers crossed, it should be all right. But I better crack on and get them made. It's been a good day. It's been a lot of maths, working out stuff, but I've got all of the pieces of the rig together, okay? So it's like a big jigsaw puzzle, and I was going to attempt to stand it all up and put it together, but I know it's going to go together because it's really simple math, you know. It's like just working things out. The hardest thing was where I've made the angled side. So I've got an angled side which the stairs follows on the back and the roof follows on the other side, just so it's just not so imposing. If you're looking at like these great big walls, as you look, you can't see what's beyond them. So this way I've sort of angled the rig actually on the display area with these angled walls on the other sides of the stairs rising up there, and I think it'll look pretty neat. So yeah, I'm just packing the tools up, and then I've got to stack this really neatly out the way. And just as an example today, I've used 1/3, I think you can see that, I've used a quarter of this battery. So isn't it incredible to think I can do all that cutting with a battery saw with a quarter of a battery? I mean, that's like I could do 4 times the amount. It's incredible. Anyway, quick tidy up, and that's this day over. Tomorrow I've just got to start sorting all the tools out. I've got to sort I've got some more trestles to make. This is what the horse is down there. Gonna make some more trestles, and basically, yeah, it's Wednesday tomorrow, okay, and it's going to be Wednesday. We'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In fact, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We'll have 5 days off for tomorrow, but we go up on the Sunday to build this, and the Monday to get everything ready. So yeah, the heat is gradually easing, hopefully. So yeah, let's do it. That's it, all wrapped up, dead flat, level, and ready to go to the NEC.